Okay, the analysis, and I emphasize the analysis is done later. People take 5 minutes to get the data, and then they're ready to move on to another experiment, but they aren't ready to move on because they're sitting there doing all the calculations. That's not what we do in lab. Unless we need those calculations to follow up on, we're not going to, we're going to get our data in the lab. We're going to do our setup. We're going to get the best information we can. We're going to tweak what we're doing to get the most accurate possible results. And then we're going to go home and do the analysis. So things that you'll be asked to analyze, among other things, are the ratio of the velocities in the two ramps based on timing. And then the velocity ratio based on projectile behavior. And then the actual velocities based on both types of observations. Now, I don't know what I really meant by actual velocities because you're not going to be able to get actual velocities. We haven't done any direct observations of velocity to allow that, so I'm not even sure what I meant when I wrote that down, but you get the idea. And then explanation of discrepancies between these velocities and velocity ratios. And I guess by actual velocities, I mean you just calculate the velocities and not as opposed to the ratios of the velocities. I understand what I meant now. Okay? Okay. And then there was what we did with the wheel. And I'll describe that briefly.